Hello everyone, my name is Niko Hagenson if you didn't already know, and if you did, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am taking you through how we create a collaboration, how my Mob Beauty collaboration came to be. We're going through all the different videos, pictures, and whatever. I just want to give you guys a little look into the behind the scenes creation of it, because I don't really think anybody's gone this in depth. I mean, we're gonna go from all of these different samples into these two final ones, and all the way till launch day. Today is officially launch day, so it's been a little hectic, but I wanted to try and finish this video because it has been haunting me in trying to maintain everything, but it's gonna be super cool. You get to see what shade names we were thinking, all the different original shades we were gonna come out with, all the struggles, all this, and if you want to see all these little behind the scenes moments of how my Mob collaboration came to be, then keep on watching. I'm back. I have not sat down to film a video in like 3 weeks, so I'm a little rusty, but I am doing a collab with Mob Beauty, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I have been a fan, a customer of Mob Beauty for about 2 years now. I found them in Credo when they first kind of launched, and the cream clay eyeshadow was one of my first forays into the brand, and I loved it so much. I have so many of them, and I'm making 2 of my own. And when I first got this voice memo from Alicia saying we were doing this collab, immediately I was like, there needs to be a YouTube video on this. I need to talk through the process, and this is part 1 of that. So let me tell you where we're at. Today it is January 10th, and I got a text message from Alicia on December 30th. I was coming home from a dinner with my mom and my brother, and I get this voice memo basically being like, we're doing cream clays, and we're doing the latex eyeshadow, and immediately I was like, oh my god. I literally texted her, OMG Alicia, I'm gonna have a panic attack, I'm so excited. Can't believe this is all happening. I just could not believe what I was hearing. And so that's where we started. It is now January 10th, and right now we're supposed to be releasing this in about 2 weeks. So it has kind of been a whirlwind of emotions and everything, but let's get down to business of what's going on. So the second Alicia said latex, she said we are sending you 3 samples. I have them here. 3 samples of powders, 1 cream clay, and once Alicia mentioned doing a cream clay of these, I was like sold. We're doing cream clay, scratch the powders. So we're gonna get into swatching these in a second, but Alicia also told me, she said, we might do a second shade with you, and I was like, okay, I need to start jotting down what I'm thinking. I immediately went to latex, medical, medicinal, and I was like, what colors would go with that? So I proposed a white, a lavender. We were thinking about doing the lavender blush as a little mini pan, but who knows, maybe that'll come in the future instead. And a orange yellow type of color that looks like the hand wash doctors use, but I think Mob Beauty is really missing a white cream clay, and I want a white cream clay, so that is what we went ahead with. But before I get into all the stories about the white, let's start swatching my cream clay in the shade latex. Also, this is the first time Mob Beauty is doing names, so I am very honored. But first up, we have latex B1. So if you see on the back of this, it has a bunch of different latexes, because these are all the samples Vic sent me. This is the cream clay. Then we have, I believe this is B1, A1, and then C1. Okay, so we have B1, latex B1, powder B1, A1, and then C1. And there is not very much difference in these, but this is how nuanced swatching gets. So here we have the cream clay, we have B1, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see this, A1, and C1. As you can see, B is a little bit lighter. I think this is the one I made with them. This is A, it's a little bit darker, and then this one is C. C is too bright, so I immediately was like, we're not doing that. B, the one I made, I think is a little bit too dark and doesn't really match it as well. And then we have B, Vic and I's favorite, and then we have the cream clay. And I did not pass the cream clay because, as you can see, it is just way too vibrant. It kind of looks more sorbet-y. I don't know if that makes any sense. And so I just had them all on the palette. And what happens after this? So let me not play with that. So what happens after this is I send a email to Vic and Alicia basically being like, the cream clay is a little bit too kind of pastel-y. I want a little bit more like dirtiness in there. And Vic immediately went back to the lab. Vic and Alicia were just in Palm Springs, I believe, or Burbank, doing a pop-up lab. And I told them my suggestions, and then we started working on the white as well, both hand in hand. And I still have yet to receive another one because, unfortunately, to the California fires, though in comparison to the tragedies that are happening, this is like nothing. But all of my products are shipped out of Palm Springs, where Vic's lab is. But as you may put two and two together, California is burning currently, and shipping out packages is the least of their worries. So that immediately was scratched. I don't have a white, I don't have the updated. Then my Canada package is stuck in Kentucky with the snow. So basically we've just been doing all online, going back and forth of sending each other ideas, shade names. For right now, I believe latex is just going to be called latex. And I'm kind of going back and forth on shade names for white, if I want to go kind of medicinal, like a doctor, or if I want to go, like, we were thinking about even just calling it white, though that is kind of boring, but white is such a staple shade. I thought it was going to be really easy to make, and that is where I leave it to Vic and Alicia to be the geniuses they are, because white is much more difficult than you would think, because there's warmer whites, there's cooler whites. We wanted to make sure this would work on deep skin as well. White is going to be stark on deep skin, but we don't want it showing up like gray or blue. Because like on me, it's fine, I can wear whatever white, but on deep skin, that is not the case, and I want to make sure, if this is going to be the only white Mauve has for right now, that it works for everybody. And then shade names, I was thinking blank, but when you think more about that, blank really only applies to white people, blanking out your eyelids, because if it's like putting black eyeshadow on white skin, like, it's gonna look stark. White eyeshadow on dark skin is gonna look stark. And I wanted this to be as inclusive, and not just the word inclusive, because I feel like people have run that into the ground, but I really wanted to take care and be aware of like how this is going to be used on a bunch of different skin tones, because white can be used for everybody. It can be used for mixing, and we'll get into so many demos as I actually get the white, but I didn't want a name that kind of reflected how white eyeshadow would work for me. And if I sound like a little bit jumbled, it's because I am. I've been traveling all around, I barely slept, I've been working, but it is all for the sake of being able to say I have my own product. It's so crazy to think. Now, I also want to say, this is not easy. Making a shade does not happen in 2 seconds. Like, it can appear when I'm just mixing something on my hand, like, oh, perfect, it's done. But in reality, it takes people like Vic and Alicia to really nail down these shades and understand how they're actually going to work. It takes years and years and years of experience that they have, and that's why I trust them, their expertise so much. I told them, I was like, I want a pure white, and they were like, that's gonna look crazy on anybody darker than you, and I was like, okay, fair, you're right, we have to make sure that this works for as many people as possible. But where are we at now? I just had a meeting with Alicia, Belle, and Victoria about, like, social media, content I need to produce, the mailing list, who I'm sending this to, and it's a lot. It is a lot more than I thought it'd be. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a shade, I'm gonna make some videos. No. It is a lot more than you think, and that's why I'm kind of taking you guys along with this. I just wanted to make this first clip as catching y'all up. I think also, why not, let's just put one of the cream clay on. This is latex B1. I'm just gonna tap it on, and you'll see, like, when I put it on my eyes, it is so kind of pastel-y almost. Like, it almost looks like a key lime pie, which it's gorgeous, but this is gonna look literally so insane on deep skin. It just need a little bit more dirtiness to it, because this next to like this lavender blush is, I think, just too stark. Meanwhile, we have the shade I really like, which is the powder B1. You put that next to each other and you kind of mull it around. It's a little bit dirtier this side, and that's just because, like, the formulas, Vic was explaining it to me, because it's a cream, like, versus a powder, the kind of textures are different, the luminosity is different, so we have to work around that. But it may not seem super intense of a change, but this has just more of that murkier color. Okay, so now my samples from Canada with my whites are supposed to arrive tomorrow, so I'll be back then and we can start swatching out the whites. And with that, maybe I'll catch you tomorrow. I am back. It is now Saturday, January 11th, a day after. A day has passed, and I have my new samples here, and I played around, and unfortunately, they're not right yet. So now we at least have the whites. So this entire row are my cream clay whites. Do I know the shade name yet? No. And then we have two new latexes, also in the cream clay formula. All of them are going to be cream clays. The issue I'm running into is I don't think any of the latexes work yet. So I'm going to swatch all of the old and new ones. So on my middle finger is the original cream clay I got. And how are we going to swatch these? We'll swatch them like this. This is the original. Then this is A, and this is B. You can see there's very slight variations. This one is definitely a lot more, like I said, brighter. And these I'm just thinking are leaning too green. From like the original reference photo, the latex has a bit more yellow, neutral, kind of cool, desaturated colors in it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on a call tomorrow or Monday, I think, with Alicia and Vic, and this is like the last round we have to fix these. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. I am honestly so stressed out right now. I just got a major text from a person who wants me to do their makeup. I can't say much on it yet. We'll see if it happens by then, but let's start swatching the whites in the meantime. So I have what is this? W2, BA, and BB. I don't know what that means. That is Vic's like secret lab codes. And the issue with the white right now is we need to make sure this white is not gonna look gray on people. So these they look the same on camera, but let's swatch them starting from W. So this is W2, BA, and then BB. Oh my gosh. And literally, on camera, there is so little variation. I know that W is probably a little bit too of a bluish white. Then W2 has a little bit more yellow in it from what I can see. But I think BA so far is like a pretty good neutrally white, and I think it'll work on a lot of different skin tones. I want to swatch them on my eyes though. So I'm gonna take, what is this? Which one is this? BA. Because really the only way you can test is by putting it on the eye. And this is BA, cream clay. I'm gonna put that all over my eyes. And does it look, how white does it look? This does look like a little bit of an off-white, but still very bright on the eyes. Next, I'm gonna take the really blue white. This is W, and I'm gonna put that on this side. Actually, you can kind of immediately see. This one is a lot brighter and more blue, which on me is gonna be perfect, but not everything is about me, unfortunately. Or fortunately, we want this to work for everybody. Yeah, I'm preferring this one. This one has a tiny bit more yellow in it. So, crap. What am I gonna do? I think we do have a good white in here, so thankfully I'm gonna play around with these a little bit more and we'll see what I finally land on. But before I end this little check-in with you guys, I want to give you guys some of the names I was actually thinking. So I have a little list here of what I was thinking, so I'm gonna go through all of them. We had Presence, Light, White, Chalk, Blanc, Bleach, Porcelain, Zero, Refraction/Refractor, Alabaster, Pearl, Bone, and Sands. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I would like the idea of blank, but I think we were talking about that yesterday. It isn't really as inclusive because blanking isn't, white on pale base is blanking, but on deeper skin it is very much more intense. I'm really liking I love the word alabaster, and I think it is such just a great word. I love Pearl because the cream clays, when you don't set them, have a little bit of that like light in there, that creaminess. And a pearl isn't a perfect white. Then sans. I really like that because it's like without. Sans means without in French. Not that I'm I can speak French a little bit. And I love chalk and bleach, but I just know for like a consumer facing product, that's probably not the best word for it. I also love porcelain, like that idea of like a porcelain doll. And zero, Hannah actually came up with that idea. We were hanging out last night and she was like, zero, like it's nothing. Because white is also refracts all light. So white is kind of like every color almost, and then black absorbs everything. So those are the names. Latex is definitely gonna be called latex. I'm like, thank goodness I have that one down. But now it is time for me to just keep approving things. I also have to start writing up like the inspiration for the shades, for all the copy for the website, the cards. That needs to go out today or tomorrow. But pray for me, y'all. I am excited because the client I may be working with, I will probably get to try these on her, and that's kind of like a dream come true for me. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next check-in, and we'll see what we have then. Y'all, we are back. It is Sunday. It is Sunday, January 19th, and it has been a whirlwind since our last check-in. I've been so bad about catching up, but life has been literally so busy. I got asked to do Julia Fox's makeup, so I quickly put together a kit and got everything together. It has been absolutely crazy, but all my shades are done, and I kind of want to run through like the experience of what happened since our last check-in. The latex was not right last time, so we needed to fix it. I got a bunch of new latexes, and not all of them were right. This is our final latex counter. These three are powder, the first cream clay, new cream clays, and then the final two. The empty spot is my final one and the one I'm going to show you guys. And then we had 4 shades of white. This one's more yellow. We have a creamy eggshell and then a really bright one. We had to work a lot on the white because the white on some people was looking too gray. Other people, it was just not a neutral white. We wanted like a neutral white that would work for everybody in different ways, so we finally got there. And then as for naming, this was kind of interesting because my names were very abstract and kind of weird. And then once I started talking to Alicia was like, we need the name to really reflect the shade. Like, of course, latex. My latex eyeshadow looks like latex. So that was from the jump, we knew that was the name. But for white, we went through so many different ones, and I believe I read them to you in the last message. But what we decided on was the white, because this is the white eyeshadow. This is the one that so many people have been wanting, so many people have been needing, and I'm just so proud of it. This look is what I did for my, like, campaign images, I guess you could call them. This is for the white, and I've just been wearing, I literally just have white all over my lids. So much white, and cream and powder to set it is on my lids right now. It's crazy. But we have the final 2 shades. So this, let me show you. This, oh my god, why is it not opening? This little palette is what I brought on set with Julia Fox. We have my lavender blush, some really cool shades, but up here, these are my 2 new shades! I'm so excited. Hopefully you guys can see them. I'm also going to swatch them right here. You can see like that latex really blends in with the skin, but on darker skin, it's like a really interesting like accent color. Like I can't wait to see it like as a cut crease or something, or like an inner corner. I think it's gonna be really cool. But what else has gone down? So I actually used the white on Julia Fox a couple of times. I'm also doing her makeup tomorrow. And then we did her makeup for Drew Barrymore, and I used my lavender blush on her for that. A lot of the looks were using Mob Beauty. I used Mob Beauty, Pat McGrath, Milk Makeup, and MAC. Mostly those brands. I'm going to do, once I get all the images, I'm going to do a rundown of it so you guys can see. But this collab should be announced in 2 days, and it's coming out in 4 days, the same day you'll be seeing this video. So that is like the final check, and the shades are done, the imagery is done. I wanted to get more medium and dark skin to try this on, but everyone's been sick in New York. It's just been a whole mess, and this collab has been going so quickly. I mean, this is gonna be out within a month of when I got the message. It's crazy. But I'm also going to try and find some of our clips from our meetings. We actually talked to Vic in the lab. So we did a Zoom where Vic was in the lab and I was like, no, it needs to be the taupe, or the latex needs to be more like skin tony, and he just added red, and that really was what did it and made it look so beautiful. But in my next kind of roundup, I think maybe we'll just go through the collection, just do like my little intro and outro. But that's pretty much it. There's so much more that went on behind the scenes, and I'll insert little clips here and there and pictures and swatches. But as you guys can see, this is a full palette of all the different samples. It took so many different rounds, but we made it. I'm so proud of this collection. I love this collection, and I cannot wait to see people trying it on. So we'll be back in a little bit, and hopefully by then the collab will be out. We are here on launch day. It is January 23rd, and I'm just gonna say, like, thank you to everyone. There's just been so much love and support for the collection, and I appreciate it so much. Like, it has been so cool to see, like, some of the people I watch and follow and all this, seeing my stuff, unboxing it, and it's like my child almost. I mean, we spent a month together conceiving it, and they are just in these 2 little compacts. I'm so proud, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, like seeing the process. And if you guys have more questions, I could also do like a part 2 of this, maybe on like TikTok or something. But I really wanted to show how we go from something like this, all these different shades, into these 2 tiny little final additions. Now we have Miss White, which I'm wearing all over my lid today, and we have Miss Latex, which she caused me a lot of issues. I actually got my nails done kind of in a latexy color to match the collection, but this has been such a fun ride. Thank you to everybody at Mop. Thank you to all of you guys for watching, anybody who purchased, anybody who liked a video. But I'm going to put the link down below for you to shop it, because I want to see all the looks. I want to see you guys playing in it. I'm just so excited for these colors to go out into the world. And with that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.